nobody, CEO, wife, and gardener. That's an interesting list of characters. Hey guys, welcome back to Ad Lib Talk, and this is my review for Windfall. With a fantastic cast of actors and an interesting concept, can director Charlie McDowell deliver on the goods after the iffy The Discovery from 2017? Let's find out. But as always guys, before we start with this review, don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoy it, and please do consider subscribing, as those are the two main ways you can help support my channel right here at Ad Lib Talk. Cheers, and now let's get right into that review.
I forgot how gorgeous this place is.
Starring Jason Segel, Lily Collins, and Jesse Plemons, Windfall is a thriller just released on Netflix. The story is quite simple. A wealthy CEO, together with his wife, none of these characters are ever named, return home after a vacation to find out that a man had been robbing them. The CEO attempts to reason with the robber and offers to give him money, as well as promising never to tell the police about him. Once he leaves, however, Segel is caught on a security camera and thus returns back to demand more money from the couple. Things naturally become even more complicated with time, as Segel's character must wait for at least 24 hours to get the money. And so our characters start to mingle and learn more about each other as tempers rise. This is a movie that had a lot of potential. Everything was there for it to be a great hit. Unfortunately, somewhere in the production, things went awry. One definitely cannot blame the actors. Everyone gives their role, although there is only one really great performance here. Jesse Plemons was my personal favorite, with an interesting development in his character. He starts off as a cheerful person, appearing at least to be willing to help Segel's character out. With time, however, his odious self starts to come out, and this is probably one of the better parts of this movie. Emily in Paris's Lily Collins is his wife, and whilst she's not bad, the writing really does not help her at all. She is basically a trophy wife, and for most of the movie is barely given any kind of importance or attention. It is only later on in the story that she starts to take any kind of relevance at all. Finally, we have to talk about Jason Segel. The actor, once so well known for comedies, has kind of diverted to dramatic movies, I guess. I must be honest, I have only seen him in his many comedies, and I feel like he is a much better comedic actor than he is a dramatic one. I didn't like his performance here. There was something lacking. Again, it could be blamed on the lack of writing for his character. What were his motivations? Why has he targeted Plemons' character in particular? Things are hinted here and there. Plemons' character had apparently created some kind of algorithm which made companies more efficient and led to the firing of a number of people. Was Segel's character one of those persons who lost their job? We don't know. We're never told anything. It is this very vague writing that simply ruins this movie. We never get to learn anything interesting about them. Throughout the whole thing, I was expecting for some kind of spark to light my interest after a pretty strong opening 30 minutes, but the spark never arrived. And again, I must repeat, most of the blame must fall onto the script and the scriptwriters. This lack of depth means that for most of the movie, we are left with 3 or 4 uninteresting characters speaking to each other about stuff we simply do not care about. We can never relate to these characters. We can never empathize with them. We simply do not care. They never receive any kind of significant development that will grab your attention. No wonder the movie felt as long as it did. And it was only 1 hour and 30 minutes long. And to make matters worse, the dialogue is also pretty bland. I mean, having a character-based movie with uninteresting characters and a dialogue that is just not catching your interest is not a good sign at all. The movie is not all bad though. I thought that the setting portrayed in the movie was excellent. It was shot in Ojai, California, which is a small place in Ventura County, 83 miles northwest of Los Angeles. There are some beautiful opening shots of some mountains, and director Charlie McDowell, together with cinematographer Isaiah Dante Lee, delight us with some pretty incredible vistas. To be honest, the movie is shot beautifully throughout. I thought they also made very good use of the villa itself, which apparently is actually a hotel. Now, the movie goes for this kind of like film noir style, which kinds of fits in the Tarantino-esque style. From the opening credits to the music and the style of filming, it is all reminiscent of him. Unfortunately, for all the great shots and the very good soundtrack, there is none of the witty and smart dialogue and banter we get in Tarantino movies, which is a pity, as like I said in the beginning, the movie had a lot of potential. The ending is quite surprising, yet did not have the powerful effect I feel director Charlie McDowell wanted to get out of it. For the opening 30 minutes, I must admit, I was really invested, and the director had managed to develop some decent tension up to that point. However, with time, I must admit the movie just simply started to drag. The middle parts of this movie are certainly to blame, as the action slows down way too much and we instead start to depend on the dialogue between the characters, which just grinds down this movie. I also noticed attempts by this movie to be socially conscious, but again, the weak writing prohibits this from ever providing any kind of interesting commentary on the themes of economic inequality and race. Overall, whilst I have bashed this movie quite a bit, I did not completely dislike my time with it. And it's mostly thanks to the great performance by Jesse Plemons, who carries this movie, together with the beautiful setting and camera work and cinematography that truly complement this. The writing and the screenplay are, however, great inhibitors to the amount of enjoyment I got with this movie. And for those reasons, my rating for Netflix's Windfall is a 2.5 out of 5.
You're not a killer. What you think you have to do next. Please don't cross that line. It's gonna be a long night.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that review. And if you did, don't forget to leave a like on this video and please do consider subscribing. Cheers, and I'll see you guys next time right here on Adlib Talk.